Robert, 17. How does it feel?
Oh, 17. Isn't that crazy? I feel so old. It's very, very exciting. It's just feels kind of like a bit of a milestone, kind of the last year that I'll be a kid. It's pretty crazy. I'll be getting my license soon. It's all happening, and we're so happy to be celebrating at Australia Zoo. Every year we try to do something big and something special at the zoo for all of the guests that come in to be able to share this day with everyone. But I think this year it's particularly special given everything that's gone on. I mean, COVID has thrown a spanner in the works for absolutely everyone on planet Earth. And so to give locals here in Queensland a day off, a day to come in, let all the kids in for free, have some free birthday cake, free ice cream, and just let loose a little bit. Still social distance, but have a bit of fun is really, really nice. And on my birthday, I couldn't ask for anything more.
Well, I thought something more was nice. The Premier said, "Happy birthday, Robert. We're opening Sydney and Victoria."
Yeah, thanks for that,
yeah.
Anastasia. That is very much appreciated.
That was a nice gift.
Thank you. I know that was all.
It was
my
kind
birthday.
of the gift that keeps on giving.
Totally.
You know, it's like happy birthday, Victoria and Sydney too.
There you go.
It was fun. Yeah.
And any presents yet?
Well, the biggest present of all has just arrived, and it's just behind me. I was gifted an incredible statue of a diprotodon. Now, this is a really interesting one because this is something that's become a bit of a tradition every year, is to unveil a new prehistoric animal to teach kids about. And we try to tie it in with our animals that we have at the zoo. And the wombats are literally right over there, about 50 metres that way, and the diprotodon is this incredible, basically ancient wombat that lived around 80,000 years ago. And so to have this now immortalised behind us to teach kids about marsupials and, you know, let them have a bit of fun is pretty awesome. And for me, as a prehistoric, you know, dinosaur lover, I am very, very stoked with this. So cool.
Yeah.
I'm a massive nerd when it comes to prehistory.
Scott Hucknall from the Queensland Museum helped out with this as well.
He did, yeah. Our
he's
incredible
the mastermind.
artist team, yeah. Scott Hucknall, everyone got involved to make sure that it was as accurate as possible. And so, yeah, you really get to look at what wombats used to look like. Bigger than a cow and probably quite intimidating to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, you know, how much work did go into this?
Yeah, massive amount of work actually went into putting this through. Not only, you know, getting this finished, and I mean, this is a feat in itself. Building an animal like this from scratch is amazing. I mean, diprotodon were over 2 tons in weight. That's bigger than any rhino that we have at Australia Zoo. Just to make that is amazing. But the fact that all of this was done in this COVID kind of lockdown period, this is 6 months in the making. So our artist team did an incredible job pulling this together, and we're all so proud of them. So a lot's gone into it, and we're going to be so excited to see kids coming through and climbing all over it and finally getting to enjoy it.
Yeah, Narinda and Cameron did a great job, and we're
did.
very lucky to have them here at Australia Zoo.
Awesome. And what else is happening today?
Oh, there's a lot going on.
Okay, my favorite is Ben & Jerry's is giving out ice cream.
Yes.
That's pretty
awesome.
You're feeding the crocodiles.
Yes, doing that as well. It's a good segue from ice cream to crocodiles.
Yeah.
It's just as exciting, you know. I love feeding crocs just as much as good cookies and cream.
Birthday cake celebration.
Birthday
All
cake
kids are in for
celebration.
free.
Yes, it's going to be great. I think everyone's going to be in there having a good time. I am so excited for today. There's going to be little like clay workshops, activities all over the zoo. There's kind of that photography / prehistory / wildlife conservation theme. Which is all the things I love.
And we've got a gallery of all the Crikey magazine winning photographs for people to get to see. It's just moved here from the Queensland Museum, so that's a lot of fun for people. But it's just a fun day of celebration for everyone, and especially if you're from Sydney or Victoria.
Yes.
Welcome.
Finally.
Welcome back.
Good job, guys. You made it.
Now, Robert, you're going to be on your P's.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Oof.
For you? And
And for the road users out there. Well, yes, I am going to be going for my P's soon. So I'm very excited. I'm just finishing up all the hours on my L plates and saying goodbye to those yellow plates and moving to the red ones. I'm very excited. It's funny, driving is one of those things I take just deadly serious. I'm a very kind of sporadic, slightly unorganised person, but when it comes to driving, I definitely take it really, really seriously, and it's a privilege and not a right, and so it's something that I'm doing more of and learning a lot, and I think that, freedom is just around the corner.
Freedom freedom, or I'll never have to grocery shop or run errands again.
That's it. I say freedom,
Freedom.
but I don't really think I'm going to go anywhere.
I'm free.
Why would you want to leave a zoo? I mean, there's nothing else really more exciting happening, but it'll be pretty cool.
Groceries.
Yeah,
Well,
there you go.
I suppose, yeah, then, Mum, what does it mean for you?
Errand running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. It's going to be all the grocery shopping. It's
Yeah.
up to me.
Yeah, I'll be making lists.
Fun times.
Checking them twice.
So you don't want to go for a fast food run every so often?
Yeah, yeah, yes. I think there's going to be a lot of food deliveries for pregnant Bindi and
Oh,
you
yeah,
and
Bindi will have
Chandler and
cravings
Yes,
and-
yep. So I'm going to be the person going out and
I
doing
did
all
that
that.
actually. My first drive
Yeah.
when I got my license was to
Yeah.
fast food. That is
Yeah.
so weird. Why?
I'm not sure.
You'll probably go surfing.
Yes, that's definitely going to be it.
Yeah.
Some good swell around actually.
And Terri, what's it like to have the crowds starting to come back now?
It's very heartwarming to see people coming together again, and as we're being still COVID careful, it's so nice to be able to welcome more people back. Because we're such a big outdoor venue, we can have thousands and thousands of people safely in Australia Zoo, and it's just a real tribute to the great job that all Australians have done to say stay safe and get on top of the COVID situation. I'm very proud of everybody.
Absolutely.
And it's very healing to get to come here and hang out in the gardens and just run around and have some fun. And very excited about today, marking just about everything reopening with our borders. And yeah, economically it's really good because, you know, it's not just Australia Zoo. We purchase food for our animals, for our visitors, all the retail, all the photography things that go into it, the art supplies, everything that's the knock-on effect with our construction employs so many people in our community.
And do you notice a difference in the animals? I mean, at one stage there, the animals would have been devoid of all those people. Do you get that? Do the animals sense that and they know that? And is that starting to be more normal for them?
Yeah, 100%. The animals so completely know when there's no people around, when they're not getting that constant love and attention. I mean, it's like a dog or a cat at home. If you suddenly just left the house, left them to their own devices, you know, it'd be really hard. So that's why during that COVID lockdown period, we were 78 days closed. And one of the biggest things we had to do is make sure that every single one of our animals were getting cuddles. You know, you don't really think about that, but each animal really, really needs that, and they thrive off of that. So when the zoo reopened and we had, you know, the hundreds of people coming in every day once again, all of the animals reacted so much. The kangaroos were my favourite though. It was hilarious. We had all these little kids that, you know, we opened the gates to the kangaroo paddocks. All the kids ran in, they're so excited. We didn't quite know how the roos would react. They might be a little bit spooked. But this one kid ran up to this red kangaroo, gave it the biggest hug. The kangaroo just sat there for a second and then put its little arms around the kid. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. They totally, 100%, without a doubt, missed everyone. And now finally, it's back to normal. And the animals are just thriving off of it. So yeah, we couldn't be happier.
But stop and think, if someone in your workplace came through every day and said, "You're amazing and beautiful and awesome, and it's such a privilege to see you." So every tiger and giraffe and koala hears that every day, and they know what you're saying when you go, "Wow, koalas smell good. They smell like eucalyptus." And the koala's like, "Yeah, I do." You know,
Worship me.
Yeah,
they're very
It's
like
really
that.
Special.
Yeah.
Terri, I guess, you know, how do you feel about the man that Robert's grown up to be?
Robert's done really well. He's
Thank
grown
you.
up to be so much more awesome than even I could have expected. And it's amazing to look back at videos of Steve saying, "Someday I hope Robert's going to be studying crocodiles with me and working at the zoo and doing all these amazing things." And he is, and then some. So how incredible just to hear Steve's words echoed in the person he's become and continuing on with all the work that Steve started. It's very heartwarming, really is.
And I've got to say too, like through everything, through this whole COVID period as well, that it's been Mum who's leading the whole team through it all, and I couldn't be more lucky or prouder to have the best family in the world around me, and that's why I'm the person I am today, and I feel just incredibly honoured to be part of something that's so much bigger than just one person. You know, it's all about continuing Dad's legacy, making sure that all that work continues, and it's the greatest honour ever. Plus, it's just a stack of fun. It's awesome. Living in a zoo doesn't get any better. I'm the luckiest kid in the world.
Plus, your voice is going all Chris Hemsworth.
Why, thank you. Yes.
And Terri, what's COVID meant for the zoo going forward? Has it changed the way you're looking at things, or you're looking at new ways to adapt and things like that? Has it given you pause for thought as to what the future might look like?
COVID's been very sobering, not just for ourselves, but for businesses that we work with, guests that we invite in, our personal family. And I think all of us are reevaluating about the future. And for us as conservationists, it's really shining a light on the importance for change. Everything began at a wet market in a country that really routinely consumes wildlife, and that needs to stop, and it needs to stop across the board. And even here in Australia, we're still consuming animals that are apex predators like crocodiles, and we're seeing diseases in farming situations with crocodiles that we've never seen before. Wild crocodiles are fine, but when you start jamming things into a farm situation and consuming them, it's a one-way street. So it's shown a light on all of that, and hopefully we can start addressing bigger issues like the overpopulation of humans, the consumption of wildlife, and the preparedness that we have for going forward and dealing with these things, because the situation may very well arise again. We're not through this pandemic. There may be another, and it's important not to be dismayed, but to be encouraged to learn by this and be better prepared in the future. So I'm very optimistic that we'll see a lot of change. Things will happen that will be good for the environment and ultimately ourselves. But definitely these are issues we need to address.
Sorry, last question. Robert, photography, how's it all going?
Good question. Yeah, well, my passion has always been, for pretty much as long as I can remember, it's been photography. And I mean, wildlife conservation is what we do. It's at the heart of absolutely everything that makes an Irwin, you know. But for me, photography's sort of been my way of continuing that message and that mission. I've found that it's an incredible tool just to tell a story. It's an amazing artistic medium where you can really showcase animals' natural habitat from all over the world for people that might not ordinarily get to see that. And so I feel very lucky that on all of our travels that we've had over the years, not as much now because we're all a little bit more locked down, but over the years being able to visit these incredible places, see the most amazing conservation work being done, and to share that with everyone, I hope would inspire people. And so yeah, photography, it's going really well. Today I'm actually, I've got my gallery in Australia Zoo that everyone can check out, which is a big part of the day, and all proceeds, all those profits are heading back into wildlife conservation. So, it's a really, really wonderful tool for change, hopefully, positive change in the right direction. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.